Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Chris from True Phase Gaming, and today I'm going to bring you a Let's Play of Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. Now, I have previously played this on the PC before the expansion pack, so on this run-through, I decided to play as a Crusader. Now, because I've played it before, I don't need to play on normal, but when I look at Expert, it's a little bit too difficult because of the needs for equipment with the right gems and enhancement. And since I'm restarting, I decided that I'm going to run on hard mode. Now, since I've played this before, and it being on the PC, the controls are a little bit different, so I'm gonna look like a fool for the first couple of levels, figuring out how to actually play it on the Xbox One. But everything should go all well. Now, if you guys haven't played any of the other Diablo games,
I'm a Crusader,
I definitely recommend it.
And I saw a star falling on this town.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Speak with Leah.
More dead are coming.
Like I was saying, if you have never played any of the other Diablos, I definitely recommend Diablo 2. That was an incredible game. I definitely found myself years later still playing that game. And I definitely, right before this came out, I got super excited and I played a lot of it. I even, when I bought the Diablo 3, I definitely bought all of the collector's items, and I even bought the mouse because I thought it'd be cool like that.
For many years, villagers were too afraid to settle near the ruins of the cursed town Tristram. But as time went by, adventurers arrived to loot the old cathedral, and their business was profitable enough that New Tristram sprang up to accommodate them. Fewer travelers visit now, though, and the town is mostly populated by craftsmen and farmers.
Now, whenever an audio log or a cutscene or actual talking by the characters happens, I'm going to not talk so that everyone can hear it. And the reason why I did not go talk to Leah right away is because since I've played this before, I understand this book
He's
right
been
here.
under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
But because I understand that book only spawns before
Leah?
you talk to her.
They tell me you survived the falling star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
This is killing business.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Something like putting the dead back to sleep? I can do that.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Now, since I played this before, I do remember a lot of what happened, but it's been multiple years since I last played, so I'm not 100% sure on everything that's going on.
We have come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
But I don't remember everything that happened, so I may easily overthink things and go a step too far if I've remembered it wrong, and there may be a few of the loot places that I don't remember. So let's talk to Captain Rumford right here.
I've come to help. How do we stop these risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Have faith, Captain. Have faith.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors. They're attacking the barricades!
Now, I haven't looked into the Crusader much,
the wretched mothers. There are more of them in
but
the ruins down the road.
I have a feeling it's going to be more of like the Paladin in Diablo 2, which was one of my favorite classes to play as, especially if you worked your build correctly. With the gear, you could teleport through so many different things and get to the last boss practically in a few minutes. I think I've watched some people get through it in about 7 minutes, but I may be wrong on that one. But that class was so much fun. And when I ran through this on the first time, I did it as a barbarian, so I'm used to the close combat area, understanding the different things that like the different enemies have. Like there's some enemies in here that explode, and when you're a close combat individual, you're gonna want to not eat that, because that definitely hurts most pop. I like
My
this
wrath
cool
is
little,
low.
wrath is low. This cool little charge thing's pretty awesome. Boom, level 4.
The dead. They started to eat us while we slept. They are everywhere. Run! Save yourself!
Save yourself. Oh. I think this is one of the quick time events. Now these little events, if it's what I'm thinking it is, happens purely by chance and at a random moment. Different things can happen at different areas. I think there's like a set of 4 that will happen at a certain area, no matter what, but it's still left up to chance for the most part. Now what I like to do in most Diablo games is I definitely run around everywhere and make sure that I have either looted everything I could or killed everything that I could, because the chance of extra loot is always good. Loot is never bad. Gotta make sure I don't die. Now the difference from this from the PC to the Xbox, I just never found the button to do so, or it didn't exist, but I was never able to use this little nice combat roll thing, which I believe will come in handy, especially in the later parts of this game. Now this is going to have a little, it's not a mini boss, it's a tougher enemy though. Or not, oh there it is. Or is it just gonna spawn a bunch of
Not enough wrath.
I think spawned definitely had to use a potion.
I require more wrath. My wrath is low.
I definitely like.
I must wait longer.
I don't want to die this early into the game. That'd be really bad of me to die at level 4. Yeah, I can use a potion. No, we're good. We're good. Nothing bad's happening. Now, when I ran through this the first time on my barbarian, I definitely spent a lot of extra time trying to find all the little nooks and crannies. Since in Diablo 2, for the most part, there was a lot of hidden caves that I could find, and always trying to get gear. But when I was running through on this one, on the first go-through, I had some friends of mine that were trying to do, let's get to level 60 as fast as we can so that we can try the forget what they were called, but the highest difficulty that came out at launch. And I remember there was a point in time where a lot of people weren't willing to even try it because of like, how difficult they had made it. Which, once I got to level 60, which was the max level at the time, I had a buddy and we tried to do hardcore, which in this game, you have one life, and that's it. If you die, your character is gone, your loot's gone, everything you put into the character is gone. And we were running as 2 demon hunters, which is another class in the game. And oh, here you can do the special Cal level. And we were running it, and we got through the first part of it, and we were going through our second playthrough of it. And what you can easily do in this game without paying attention is, if you don't know where everyone is, you can easily die at any moment. And there's an ability for the demon hunter called vault, where you can vault all over the place, go backwards, and it uses one of their I think it's called, it's not mana, but it's the consistency of mana. And he went down on low health, and he was trying to vault away to go to safety so he wouldn't die. And what he actually did is vaulted into one of the special enemies in the game, and he died almost instantaneously. And that was pretty heartbreaking for us to deal with, because we were at, I want to say, level 48-ish.
Old Tristram. Diablo himself was here.
And here's the wretched queen. First animated of the queen. I don't want to step in there, even though I was just stood all over it. Oh, cool. That's what I did. Like I said, I've never played the Crusader before, so I have no clue what any of these things do. I'm learning on the spot.
I require more wrath.
There we go, she's down. I will look at all of these items in a second. I want to clear everything first. Make sure that I don't miss anything. Nice little falling building right there. Definitely don't want to live here anymore. Oh, there's Kid. There we go. Potions are definitely your best friend. Unless you have a monk. A monk is your best friend. Because they get an ability which can heal you. And if they build it
Not enough
correctly,
wrath.
they can get insane. Level 6. With doing on the hard mode, I believe it says I gain an extra 75% gold and 75% experience. So I'm going to flying through these first couple levels. More, it will help immensely when I get to the last couple levels, because those ones are just a very long grind to get to.
I require
When
more
I first
wrath.
got the game, it took me, I want to say, a little over a month to get to level 60. But in that time, I was also finishing up school, and I had a full-time job, so you can easily, I'm sure, easily get to max level in
I wish I could do that.
probably 2 weeks if you really wanted to play this right. That was really sucky. Went through all that, and all I got was 10 gold. So now we gotta run back to New Tristram through the nice little waypoint right here. New Tristram. Here's
Thank you for your
Captain
help.
Rumford.
Could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
She's brave. With help, she may yet save Kane. Leah, let's find your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Definitely tried to roll down the text and got nowhere. So let's open up. That's right. Here we go. Got a new shield. Oh. Got a nice new sword. I'm gonna keep the masterful short sword of the angels over the javelin, even though the javelin does damage. For the fact that the sword that I have equipped now gives me holy damage, which versus the undead does a pretty good chunk of
a
damage.
right good bunch of things for you this fine day.
That's all I can do. That's all I can do. That one does.
And it is written, a fire.
If you wanted to, you could sit there and buy all of the different weapons that
Here,
can
let
be
me
much
open the
better.
gate.
But honestly, if the only
Adria
time
was my
I'm going to
mother,
do
but I
that,
don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
And your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram tried to the demons.
you can see a huge difference in double damage. Definitely glory. You can definitely see the change of how much damage I'm doing to the enemies when I can almost one-shot these guys. New chest.
Look, a hidden cellar.
Should go down here.
Dark secrets.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it. Captain Dalton!
Oh, that's like cool here. Gotta dodge those frost orbs, they'll freeze you, and then he just gets free reign on hitting you.
Not enough rat.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
We gotta get Deckard Cain, who, if you've played Diablo 2, is a very big character in that game. He decrypts all of your new items so that you don't have to pay for the scrolls of identification. So now we gotta go save his old keister, make sure he doesn't die.
Fight is over for this
Leo
one.
wouldn't be too happy with us if we let him die. So after we save Deckard Cain, which is a fun little fight, it's done wrong. It's much more difficult than Now, if you've never played a Diablo game, I definitely recommend taking a chance and sure somewhere Diablo 2 is still around, and that game was made, I believe, in 1999, I want to say, maybe 2001. But if you get the chance and you're getting into this game, definitely take a chance at it. The story does help a little bit to understand what happens in Diablo 2, but you can easily start with Diablo 3 and not have an issue at all with knowing what's going on.
Star is close.
For this though, it's a lot of running around and trying to figure out what happened to Deckard Cain and what's going on in general. There's a lot that is going on that you don't know about. Let's see. Well, don't wanna miss anything. Any loot is good. Even in these first couple levels, I've seen my buddies have easily gotten legendaries at level 2. I mean, though in the long run they're not that helpful, a legendary in the short run is still legendary. But I think at this point I'm going to call this one an episode, but I will upload a video as soon as I can, and I hope you all have a great night. Thanks.